Spencer is a really funny kid. He has a lot of personality. He's extremely independent. He's extremely loving. He's just really fun to be around. I love seeing the new things that he does every day. He's really growing and coming into his own, and he's just really great.
Khloe is 5, and she was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia in August of 2014. She will still be in treatment till October, at least, of this year. Khloe likes to play with dolls, ride her bike, sing, dance, color. She's very silly at home, very rambunctious, but if she's out with others, she's very shy.
When Spencer was first diagnosed, he was 18 months old. He had been monitored for a while because he had a pre-leukemic condition. And on Valentine's Day of 2013, they told us that couldn't wait anymore, that he officially had AML. So he had to stay in the hospital for 6 rounds of chemo over 7 months.
We had a lot going on from the time he was born, with finding out he had Down syndrome, and also he had some other issues separate from the leukemia and stuff.
I also was thinking it was so unfair. He's just a kid. He's already gone through so many things. Why this? But we didn't have a choice. It was chemo, that was it.
The hardest part of dealing with leukemia is not knowing what tomorrow brings. It's such a hard disease that you can't say that you're cured for at least 5 years.
When he was in the hospital, he would be there for weeks at a time.
Blood tests constantly, surgeries, it's all hard. And you think of cancer, that's a scary word. So there was no way to really feel comforted.
We all basically wanted her to be able to give the cancer to us, because you don't want a 5-year-old little girl going through this. It's just not fair.
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society was the first resource that we were pointed to after Spencer was diagnosed.
They were in constant contact with me. Anything I needed, they sent me tons of resources. My son even got to take some materials to school to kind of explain to his peers what his sister was actually going through.
Besides research support, which is crucial, one of the other really valuable things that the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society does for blood cancer patients is provide direct financial support to help people get through their treatment and deal with some of the financial stresses that a cancer diagnosis involves.
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society 100% had our backs, and you need that kind of support in these situations. They are selflessly helping to raise money to put an end to childhood cancer now.
Many people might be surprised to know that 74 cents out of every dollar that's donated to LLS goes directly to its goal of funding cancer research and supporting patients and providing education for blood cancer patients.
Khloe, you would have never known she was sick. She played all day from the time she woke up. She looked like a normal kid.
During the whole treatment, he never behaved like he was sick, even when he was. Even if he was vomiting or had no appetite, he was still smiling and laughing, watching his cartoons, having visitors just like it was any other day. He really did not let it set him back at all.
She's had to become stronger. People off the streets will look at her and call her a boy. They will ask why she's wearing a mask. And I think she's had to grow up a lot for a 5-year-old to kind of explain to people, I'm wearing a mask so that you don't get me sick. I'm not gonna get you sick.
You can't point to a single advance in blood cancer research that's happened in the last decade, and there have been many, that doesn't have the fingerprints of LLS funding and advocacy and engagement with researchers behind it. LLS has been involved in all of the advances that have come down the line in the last 10 years and more, and is going to continue to do that into the future.
I feel better knowing that there is so much research going on.
I have no doubt in my mind, if the efforts are continued, families like mine won't have to go through this. There will be a cure. Thank you for making someday today.